All right, so what's up, everybody? My name is Frank, and I am a full-time eBay reseller. And I wanted to give you guys an idea of what it's like to do that. Plus, in this video, since it's my first one, I'll explain to you a little bit how I do it, what I sell particularly. And I also want to tell you a story about what happened with another seller actually trying to scam me. I have been selling on eBay right now for almost 8 to 10 years, off and on. I was a chef for about 20 to 22 years. Once I left that business, I decided it was a good time to try doing eBay full time. And it's a lot of work. It's hard. It does take, you have to dedicate. You have to know what you're wanting to do, and you have to set goals to do it. Um, but it's definitely not that tough once you get the hang of it. You have to try to have a thing you specialize in, something you know what's good to sell, um, something you like to sell, something you enjoy selling, something you have knowledge in. Me personally, I sell 80s toys. I grew up in the 80s and I love them. So I love anything retro. I'll sell He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers, comic books, anything pretty much. Video games, as long as it's from that era. For a while, when I first started, I would pretty much try to buy anything and flip it. But I try to specialize now more in toys, and the reason being is it gives me something to learn and focus on rather than trying to do a lot of different things. Because when I get spread out too much, I tend to not concentrate and not do it correctly. Some people may be different. You may be able to do it your way, and I do it my way. Um, a lot of people who do clothing have, you have to have a washer, you have to have a dryer, you have to be able to, process it correctly. I live in a one-bedroom apartment. It's a little tough to do that. So I try to do what I can with what I have. And, I think that now, especially after the pandemic, a lot of people are drifting towards working for themselves. And it is something that is definitely doable, but you want to make sure that you have it in place before you just jump into it. You don't want to just go ahead and do it. I had an account in place for a while. I built up a lot of feedback before I did it. My father was a eBay reseller for a long time, up until he passed in 2000. His account name is Legacy Coins. I ended up taking that account over, and that is the account that I use today. It's a great account. It's got over 5,000 feedback, and that's definitely one of the reasons why I can do well with it. Another reason is I am an honest seller. Now, a lot of people will say that, but you have to truly be honest, total disclosure, describe your items to the T. Me selling vintage toys, you have to make sure that if something's broken, you're going to tell them. You also have to make sure that, if a buyer is spending their hard-earned money, that you're giving them the value of that you're putting the effort into it, that if you're charging a little bit higher of a price and you're charging shipping, ship the next day. Make them feel taken care of. Don't ship in bubble mailers, especially if you're selling stuff like me. Ship it in a box. Wrap things correctly, show some care, and the buyers will reward you. Unfortunately, the story that I'm going to tell next is going to it may discourage a little bit people, but the end result, which I'll tell you at the end of the video, will, it will give you faith. So we'll get to that. I just, wanted to give you guys a little layout of what I sell, what I do. And, I hunt all over the place. I'll go to yard sales, I'll go to flea markets, I go online auctions, I'll go to storage auctions, wherever I can possibly find this stuff. Friends and family give me stuff all the time. I will do plenty of sourcing videos. You'll see them in the upcoming. This is my first one, so things will get better. I will learn the video editing. Right now I'm doing this on my phone. Eventually I'll get a better camera. I plan on doing this YouTube thing for a while. Right now, I think that if I don't gravitate towards the internet and a little bit more of social media out there, because I'm kind of old school, that I may fall behind in the game. And I don't technically want to do that, so I'm going to try to get myself out there a little bit. And if any of you guys see anything that you may want or may like, always feel free to inquire, leave a comment down below, and I can let you know if it's for sale or if I have it on eBay or whatever that may be. I have a ton of stuff and I process through it all the time. I also have a cat. Her name is Marvel, and she helps me as much as she possibly can. But, you know, it does take a lot of work. You got to process it. You got to clean it. You know, you have to put some love in it to get the love back. And it will reward you in the end if you do. So, I want to keep this first video short. I don't want to run too long, so I want to get into what happened when another seller tried to scam me. I am working towards making things more efficient. I think more efficiency leads to more profit. So I ordered myself a Rollo label printer off of eBay. And I like to buy on eBay as much as I possibly can, especially things when I search them for, like, if it's available in a retail store around me and I can't find it, I go to eBay pretty much right away. Amazon tends to be a little bit more expensive. I do get my shipping supplies from them sometimes. So I checked on eBay. Now, also, I get the eBay bucks. Plus, I like to be a patron of the thing that, you know, I preach. So basically, I found someone with 20,000 plus feedback. I'm not going to call out the seller and mention the name. If you search Rollo label printer or Dyson vacuums, because they sell them as well, you can find the seller with 20,000 plus feedback and probably figure it out. You know, I wanted to have faith in that because the guy had over 20,000 feedback. So I ordered it and it did say new. The total price was like $254. Now it said brand new, and the picture was in a Rollo box with a UPC and everything, like an actual OEM box. So about 8 days go by, I finally get it. And, you know, I knew something was off right away because it was in a regular box. And I open it up, and I don't know if anyone's ever bought anything refurbished, but I have, because I used to build computers. They sometimes come in a pink reseal heated bag. And that's how this came. The cords, power cord, and the other adapter were both in a reseal Ziploc baggie about yay high. And there was some instructions, but the Rollo printer is supposed to come with some sample labels, and it's supposed to be in a regular OEM box. And it didn't come with any of them, which also, I was also pretty much sure it was refurbished when I saw the bag. So I contact the seller, and there's no response. So I open a return case because I see refurbished ones selling for about $160, $170. If you're going to send me a refurbished one, that's what I'd rather pay for then, not a new one at $254. So I opened the return case, and took them about 3 days to automatically accept it, which is automatic in 3 days. Yeah. Finally, I get the return label. I send it back. All I did was put everything right back in the box. I took pictures of it. Now, obviously, now I'm thinking I should have videoed it, because once he gets it back, which was yesterday, he messages me and said, I sent him an empty box. Before he did that, though, he approved a 50% refund of my money. First of all, why would you approve a 50% refund of my money if you're saying that I sent you an empty box? Why would you be okay with giving me any money back at all? Which is, you know, a red flag right there. So I was actually driving at the time, and I had to get home quick because I was a little worked up. So I got home and I called eBay right away. And I explained to them what happened. And eventually I asked the representative on the phone to just do their best to get me a supervisor, because I figured that would be the best way to go. It takes some time, but they will get one for you. And they are more knowledgeable than the regular phone reps. Now, I just wanted to get a supervisor because I wanted my money right away. I was a little bit short at that moment, and I'm not a criminal. And he accused me of being one. And that really burned me up, because I do my best to make sure I take care of people the way I would want something sent to me in the mail when I sell on eBay. The fact that he accused me of sending an empty box and then said that he was going to his local PD to file a police report, it kind of brought up another red flag, because once a police report's attached to a dispute, I don't know if anyone knows this, then eBay can't do anything with the dispute anymore. So I had to get a hold of a supervisor pretty quick, because I didn't want that to happen. And eventually the supervisor did give me the other half of my money back. It took a little while for me talking to them, but you know, if you can tell, you can go to Legacy Coins, search the seller, and that's me on eBay. You can see my feedback. I'm an honest person. You know, I do toy shows in this area, RetroCon in Oaks, PA. I'm well known for selling toys in this area, and I'm definitely a stand-up person when it comes to any type of business I do, or being a human being in general. You know, I just think karma is something that's real, and it will come back to you. And I would never do that to a person. The fact that this person tried to do that to me, it burned me up. What bothers me a little bit more, though, is that they have 20,000 plus feedback on eBay, that they're able to continue being a seller when they're basically a criminal. So, yeah, let me know how you guys feel about that. Leave a comment below, and I'll get better with these videos, I promise. And the next video I'll do in a couple days, and I'm going to give you guys a nice rundown and a show preview of the inventory I have and the items that I sell. And yeah, stay tuned for that. Thanks very much, guys.